Hello, friends. Welcome back to Webronaq. Today we're going to talk about one of the most useful loops in C programming, the do-while loop. Now, if you've ever wondered how programs keep showing you a menu again and again until you pick exit, that's exactly what a do-while loop does. It's a loop that runs first and asks questions later. Perfect for menus, prompts, and anything that must happen at least once. So let's dive in and see how it actually works. All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a do-while loop? In simple words, a do-while loop runs a block of code first and then checks a condition. If the condition is true, it runs that block again, and this keeps repeating until the condition becomes false. Now here's the important part. The body of the loop always runs at least once, no matter what the condition says. That's the one thing that makes it different from a regular while loop, which checks the condition before running anything. Now look at the syntax on your screen. We write the keyword do, then inside the curly braces we put the code we want to run. After that we write while followed by our condition in parentheses. And pay close attention to that small semicolon at the end, right after the while statement. Forgetting this tiny semicolon is the #1 mistake beginners make, so keep that in mind. Now that we understand the basic idea, let's look at a real-world example to see how this loop actually works in practice. Now let me show you a real example, so this concept really clicks. Imagine an ATM machine, the one you use to withdraw money from your bank. When you insert your card, it shows you a menu with options like check balance, deposit, withdraw, or exit. And it keeps showing that menu until you press exit. That's exactly what we're building here, using a do-while loop. Now, look at the code on your screen. At the top, we have #include studio.h. This is a standard library in C that lets us use functions like printf and scanf for printing and taking input. Then we have our main function, where the program actually starts. Inside, we declare a variable called choice of type int. This will store the number the user picks from the menu. Now, here comes the interesting part, the do block. Inside this block, we use printf to display our menu on the screen. We're printing the title main menu, followed by the 4 options: check balance, deposit money, withdraw money, and exit. Then we show a message asking the user to enter their choice. And right after that, scanf comes in. Scanf is the function that waits for the user to type something and then stores that value inside our choice variable. The %d simply means we're expecting a number. So basically, this part of the code just shows the menu and captures what the user types. But what happens after they type something? Let's scroll down and see the next part. All right, now let's look at what happens once the user types their choice. This part of the code is an if-else chain. Basically, the program is checking what number the user entered and reacting accordingly. If the choice is 1, it prints, your balance is $1,250. Pretty simple. If the choice is 2, it shows deposit feature selected. If the choice is 3, it shows withdraw feature selected. And here's a smart little check. If the choice is anything other than 4, meaning the user typed something invalid, like 5 or 9, it shows invalid choice. Please try again. So this is our safety net for wrong inputs. Now scroll down just a little and you'll see the magic line, while choice not equal to 4. This is the condition that controls our loop. The not equal to symbol means not equal to. So in plain English, this is saying keep running this loop as long as the choice is not 4. The moment the user types 4, the loop stops. And once the loop exits, we have one final printf that says thank you for using our service. A nice little goodbye message. Then return 0 tells the program that everything ran successfully and it's time to end. So that's the full logic of our ATM menu. Now let's break down exactly how this program runs, step by step. All right, let me walk you through how this program actually runs, step by step. This is the clearest way to understand how a do-while loop flows. Step 1. The program starts and the variable choice is declared. At this point, it's empty, just waiting to hold a value. Step 2. We enter the do block. The menu gets printed on the screen, showing all 4 options to the user. Step 3. Scanf kicks in and waits patiently for the user to type a number. Step 4. Once the user types something, the if-else chain reacts based on that input, showing the balance or the deposit message or whatever matches the input. Step 5. Now we reach the while choice not equals 4 part at the bottom. This is where the condition gets checked. And here's where it gets interesting. Look at the last 2 points. If the condition is true, meaning the choice is not 4, the program loops back to step 2 and shows the menu all over again. That's why it's called a loop. But if the condition is false, meaning the user typed 4, the loop exits and prints the thank you message. The program ends. Pretty simple, right? Now, let's see what this actually looks like when the program is running. Now let me show you what the user actually sees when this program runs. This is the output on the screen. First, the main menu appears with all 4 options: check balance, deposit money, withdraw money, and exit. Then it asks, enter your choice. Let's say the user types 1. The program responds with, your balance is $1,250. But notice what happens next. The menu appears again. That's our do-while loop doing its job. Because the user's choice was not 4, the loop went back and showed the menu one more time. Now the user types 4. This time the condition becomes false, the loop exits, and the program prints, thank you for using our service. And that's the end. See how smoothly it works? The menu keeps showing up again and again until the user decides to exit. That's the real beauty of a do-while loop. Now you might be thinking, wait, couldn't we just use a regular while loop for this? Great question. Let's talk about that next. All right, here's the big question. Why not just use a regular while loop? They both repeat code, so what's the real difference? The answer is simple. It's all about timing. A while loop checks the condition before running, so if the condition is false from the start, the code inside might never run at all, not even once. But a do-while loop checks the condition after running, so the code always runs at least one time, and then it decides whether to repeat. Think about it. For a menu like our ATM example, you always want to show it at least once, right? Because the user needs to see the options before they can even make a choice. That's exactly why do-while is a perfect fit here. Now, let's quickly look at when you should actually use a do-while loop in your own programs. First, when you need the body of the loop to run at least one time, no matter what. Second, for input validation. Let's say you're asking the user for a password or a valid number. You keep asking until they enter something correct. Do-while is perfect for that. Third, menu-driven programs, just like the ATM example we just saw. And fourth, game loops, where you need to render the first frame of the game before you can check anything about the game's state. So that's the do-while loop in C programming. Simple, powerful, and super useful in real-world scenarios. If this video helped you understand the concept clearly, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Webronaq for more beginner-friendly programming tutorials. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.